Goku and Raditz may finally be getting a grasp on their visions. Although, they're in a pretty strange predicament right now. On Earth, Goku encounters Vegeta and Nappa again, while on Namek, Raditz is revived there and pretty much stuck there for a little bit. But being stuck on Namek may actually work in his favor. How so though? We'll be looking at everyone's changes and more in this part 5 of What If Goku Had Bardock's Foresight. Word got around that Kakarot defeated Frieza, but no one knew exactly how. It's not like Frieza was there to recount it. They knew he was powerful, but they didn't know he unlocked a transformation and that the Super Saiyan was even a transformation at all. Goku proudly shows off the form. He says he guesses they knew of this too. And he tells them, they originally spared these two Saiyans so they could have a good fight one day. And he tells them that he knew they would return. They think he means it's just a hunch, but really Goku means he actually saw them returning. After coming back from Namek, he saw a vision that they would arrive. Not that it's really an issue though, just that he saw this, which is good because that means his visions are starting to show him more things. Actually, ever since Guru unlocked his potential, he's had more visions. Not willingly though, he still doesn't have a control over them to have them whenever he wants. But it seems like the full potential of his visions are actually showing. He's seeing more things that could possibly be threats, not just threats to him, but to everyone around him. But he tells the two Saiyans, he wants to face the two of them. It's like he said, that's why he spared them in the first place, and he'll face them alone. He won't even transform. Vegeta's pissed off by this. Does Kakarot really think he could take them on alone? It doesn't matter if he's a Super Saiyan. If he's not going to transform, he can't really be that strong in his base alone. Where does he get the nerve of being so cocky? And Goku tells them, he's sure about this. Pissed off by this disrespect, Vegeta and Nappa try facing him. And as you'd probably expect, Goku absolutely wipes the floor with them. He used this as a chance to humble them. Even Gohan and the humans could beat them too, he says. He did expect a little bit more of an interesting fight, but this also shows the Saiyans their place. Vegeta and Nappa still can't believe it, and they ask about Raditz. What happened with him? There's no point hiding the fact about the Dragon Balls anymore since they already know about them. So he simply says that Raditz died and got revived back on Namek. They don't know if or when he's going to come back. He probably will though. Goku tried out something interesting in this battle. It didn't actually work though. He wants to try and make these visions that he had short term, just so he could use them in battle and predict movements. This was a pretty low effort fight, so it was a safe way to try and test this out. But he couldn't make it work. He still can't willingly control those visions. But if he can, that would be awesome. It would let him see his opponent's moves before they make them. He's got to figure out some different way to train. His power is great as is. He has no problem using raw strength. But combining that with this ability, it could be potentially amazing. Piccolo is eavesdropping on this whole situation too. Still separated from the group, Piccolo is still kind of a lone wolf. And he still views those Saiyans as threats. Goku needs to finish them. He can't believe Goku's power now that he sees it. The thing is, Piccolo knows that he can't face Goku. Piccolo never had the development with the group that he originally had, but he's not attacking Goku out of the fact that he knows Goku will win. And inadvertently, Goku did revive him after all, due to need to bring Kami back. But seeing these Saiyans as threats, he wants to take them out, just like he initially wanted to. He's about to jump in, but Goku then calls Piccolo out. Goku knows he's there watching over them. No matter how much he suppresses his energy, Goku also saw that he'd encountered Piccolo here. So angrily, Piccolo shows himself. He asks Goku why he isn't killing these two. They were an issue before and they could be an issue now. But Goku tells Piccolo, with that logic, he should probably just get rid of Piccolo somehow. He's not going to do it, but he's just reminding Piccolo. He's a threat to Earth as well. Shouldn't they just seal him up too while they're at it? Goku's of course joking around, but he gets the point across. And Piccolo tells him to stop messing around. This is serious. It's stupid to keep the Saiyans around. But he tells Piccolo he has an option for the two Saiyans, and for Piccolo as well. Goku tells Vegeta and Nappa that he'll give him a choice. Obviously he's not going to let them get the Dragon Balls, and even if they tried to, they know that he could stop them. But he knows they also have nowhere else to go, so he has an offer. They could stay here if they don't cause trouble. It will benefit everyone. More training partners for Goku, and more knowledge about his Saiyan side, while they get to learn about Super Saiyan from him. Goku's friends can't believe this. He's actually going to teach them Super Saiyan? Well, he's honestly not even sure if they could learn it. If anything, they'll give him more valuable info about the form. Goku knows nothing about it. Maybe they know some sort of legends about it. All he knows is what Raditz has told him in passing. Besides, who knows if this is even something they can achieve. And they saw what happened with Raditz too. He's still his normal Saiyan self, but he's not a threat either. I mean, look what he did on Namek too. He died for Goku's benefit. The Saiyans aren't set in stone as these evil people. Well, maybe these two are for all he knows, but that remains to be seen. Vegeta and Nappa are annoyed that Kakarot is talking down to them, but they do want to learn about this form. And Kakarot's right. They have nowhere else to go anyways. I mean, look at the Frieza Force, it's gone. And even if they wanted to try to make their own army, what are they going to do with that? They have to face the facts. They've been outpaced here. They're not the strongest warriors in the universe, not even close. The group still doesn't really know why Goku's even doing this. They can't trust the Saiyans, but Goku says he probably can. It's very faint, but he did have one vision before. Pretty recently, but it seems to be far in the future, a few years out actually. He remembers seeing the four Saiyans fighting alongside each other. Vegeta and Nappa could end up being allies for them. Although maybe he completely misinterpreted the vision. It was pretty fuzzy after all, and not too detailed. Either way, he's not worried about these two being threats, and reluctantly, the two Saiyans end up staying here. There's a brief passage of time. Goku ends up actually training with Vegeta and Nappa. It's not like they're good as strong training partners, but they're good for information. Learning more about how to grow as a Saiyan. Yeah, Raditz was great for this too, but these two, especially Vegeta, they're a wealth of knowledge. Raditz gave him great guidance as a low-class warrior. These two, since they were so much higher up as Saiyans, they probably know things that not even Raditz knew. And one thing that really interests the Saiyans is the fact that Gohan is as strong as he is, a hybrid Saiyan. They didn't think a power like that would be possible, especially for a kid his age. Clearly, they've been underestimating the Earthlings and those low-class warriors. But one day amidst their training, somebody pops in out of nowhere. It's Raditz. He just teleported in. Oh great, that was kind of a risk. A wish was made to send him right back to Goku. And thankfully he didn't catch him at a bad time. They're in the middle of training right now. Of course, everyone's absolutely dumbfounded about how Raditz even got here. So, he explains what he's been up to and what happened. The Namekians weren't very powerful, of course, with physical strength, but they were a wealth of knowledge and mental fortitude. Raditz has wanted to go back to Earth for a while, but he really had no way out of there. The Namekians didn't have any spaceships around. And as for the Dragon Balls, well, Guru ended up dying. They needed to wait for Mori to become the Elder and make a new set of Dragon Balls for himself. It wasn't too hard for him to do so, but by the time he actually did this, Raditz already decided that it might be worthwhile staying here, at least for a little while longer, and he pulls Goku to the side. He claims he's improved his foresight and can look into the future at will. Goku's amazed to hear this. Wait, that's possible? He actually managed it? Well, Raditz says there was a lot that went into it, and there's a few caveats with it. He didn't grow much physically on Namek, but he grew a lot mentally. Again, these Namekians are a wealth of knowledge, and as more passive people, training like this, the meditation that he was doing, this was the perfect place to do so. Consulting the new Elder Mori actually helped him with this too. When Guru unlocked his potential, it seems his abilities improved slightly. Goku says he noticed this too, but Raditz says the new Elder was also able to awaken potential as well. Mori at least tried to do this. He wasn't as adept with it as Guru was, especially since it was basically his first time doing it. But with Guru being able to do it, Mori had this ability as well. And it actually somewhat worked, opening the floodgates for Raditz to use more of his potential. And that actually did improve his physical strength somewhat. But again, it wasn't as effective as what Guru had. And Raditz has learned a few things too. Right now though, if he willingly tries to foresee something, it's strange because he doesn't know exactly what to look for. The farther out he looks, the blurrier it is, as with their normal visions. But when he wants to actually see something in the future, it's kind of a strange thing. Like, yeah, this could help in battle, but if he willingly tries to conjure up something, he doesn't even know what to look for. If they know they're going to face an enemy soon, yeah, then he could use it for that. But that's the thing, they don't really know. Except for a couple things that Raditz has seen, and these visions weren't things he saw willingly at first. But now that he actually can see into the future when he wants, he does use this to try and survey these threats, and he has to warn Goku about something. One of these threats is an internal one. He ends up dying of some sort of virus soon, and it doesn't seem like there's any sort of cure. But there's an upside to this. They know Goku is going to have this issue. And even more interestingly, this means they could change the future, because Raditz already did that. The Namekians allowed him to use the Dragon Balls for helping defend their planet after all. One of the wishes obviously was meant to send him back to Earth. But he had another wish that he made. He asked Porunga to heal Goku. It wasn't too big of an issue for the dragon, so now Goku shouldn't have to worry about this. And Goku's honestly surprised that Raditz did that for him. He's trusted Raditz for a while, but now Raditz is being a little bit more empathetic than normal. Remember, he's on their side, but he's still not necessarily an amazing person. He's still motivated by self-gain rather than protecting others, which isn't necessarily bad because right now, he's not doing things that put others in harm's way for that. That's been his goal this whole time, self-preservation. But when he died on Namek for Goku, and now using this wish to protect his brother, it's a very interesting change that Goku didn't actually expect. But there's one more thing that Raditz learned from Mori. In the main series, Guru was actually able to see the history of Earth through Krillin. At least, the history of Kami. Mori tried this too and found something very strange. Granted, he wasn't as adept at this as Guru, just like he was with unlocking potential, but for some reason he could sense some sort of Namekian involvement with Raditz and Goku. Possibly even another dragon, and Raditz questioned this. Does he mean that there was some sort of wish made to have him get this power? And who would have even done that? Mori doesn't know for sure, but what he does know is that there are Namekians on other planets out there. He doesn't know where, or even if this is what the case is, but it could be that someone made a wish to the Dragon Balls somewhere else. And if this is the case, Raditz says there's only one person he has in mind that could have done this. Their father. Who else? Why would anyone else make this wish? And more importantly, where did he go to make this wish? They want to figure out more about this ability, and even though they're somewhat both learning to control it, the only way to learn even more about it is to go to the source of it. Well, maybe there's other ways, but Raditz thinks this is the best way to do so, and Goku's amazed to hear this. So their father must have made some sort of wish. Of course, they don't know exactly what happened. They're still kind of off course, but they know that somehow Bardock and another Namekian was involved. Some sort of Dragon Balls on another planet that they don't know of. They'll definitely keep that in mind, and maybe this could help them further improve. And at least now they know this isn't something Gohan could access. It's nothing genetic. They could go to Namek again and have Goku try and get this too. Have Mori try to unlock his potential. But Goku says he'll go about it in his own way, especially if Raditz now knows how to work it more. Hell, maybe even Kami could try and do something like that. But they aren't too sure. The two of them start training together, meditating a lot actually, strengthening their state of mind trying to access this. Even if Kakarot's a Super Saiyan, Raditz sees this as way to surpass him. The two are still very competitive. It's just in their nature, and the fact that they're brothers after all. Raditz does need to unlock Super Saiyan still, but if he does unlock that, with this ability, he could definitely pull ahead. Meanwhile, Goku has the advantage in raw strength, and he's learning to control Super Saiyan pretty well so far. He's got an amazing head start. Vegeta and Nappa are confused as to why they're just training like that. Why are they not training by fighting each other? It's so strange and un-Saiyan-like. They kinda see the value in the training, but why are they putting so much emphasis on it? He always knew that something was off about them. They still don't know about the foresight. Goku and Raditz have purposely kept it a secret from them. But Vegeta and Nappa are wondering what's up. Amidst their training one day, Goku ends up having a strange vision and asks Raditz. Raditz sees the exact same thing. They foresee some strange monster showing up. A green bug-looking person. It was only a brief flash. And Raditz tries focusing, trying to learn more about this. He doesn't know exactly what to look for. Only that some green monster will show up. He doesn't know anything about this person and when they'll appear. If this is some big threat, he wants to try and prevent this. They know they could change the future now, at least somewhat. By now, over a year has passed since they went to Namek, and there's a very strange occurrence that happens. Goku shows up at his house one day. He looks slightly different, and they don't really know why, but he just doesn't look the same. Like, slightly older somehow. The only ones there are Chi-Chi and Ox King, and they ask Goku what's going on. Goku asks them, "Where's Goku?" Wait, what? Goku? He says he'll explain later. He just needs to know where Goku is. But he's Goku, he's standing right there. And then Goku senses an energy nearby. He smiles. He tells them not to worry. He'll be back soon to explain it. Chi-Chi and Ox King are just left speechless. That was extremely off-putting, and they want to know what's going on. Somewhere nearby, Goku, Raditz, and Gohan are training together, and Gohan then yells out. He says there's another Goku here. Goku and Raditz look over to where Gohan is, and they do see it. There's another Goku standing there. Not only is this confusing, this is terrifying. But they could tell by his energy. He actually is Goku. He's not some sort of imposter that just looks like Goku. Raditz confirms this. He feels exactly like Kakarot's energy. What the actual hell? They confront this other Goku, having no idea what to even expect from him. And Goku says he's glad he found them. He understands they're all probably confused right now, but he could explain this pretty easily. He is Goku, from the future. Okay, that just made things even more confusing. He has a few things he needs to let them know. He says a few years from now, they're going to be attacked by the Red Ribbon Army. They made more androids. And he wants to warn them of this now so they can prevent it. Future Goku asks if they've foreseen this yet, and they actually haven't. They saw some green guy showing up, but no other androids or whatever. So Future Goku explains. He actually foresaw them attacking, but he didn't find a way to actually win against them. Raditz also saw this too in the future. He tried his hardest to guide everyone, because he actually had a full control over his ability, but his power still wasn't enough. By then, he only just unlocked Super Saiyan, and didn't have an amazing control over it. And even with 2 Super Saiyans in the group, it wasn't enough to face the androids. Goku was barely able to live, and he was their main target after all. But due to him being a Super Saiyan and the strongest in the group, this allowed him to get by. Most of the fighters died. Goku did want to return to Namek. Piccolo ended up dying again, and there are no Dragon Balls here. But they couldn't go to Namek either. They don't know the location of Namek. It got moved after all. And for some reason, King Kai didn't intervene. This happened in the main series, so I'm gonna go with that here too. So because of that, they don't get any sort of directions to Namek. But Future Goku says not everyone has died. There are some survivors. Goku's whole family, besides Raditz, is actually alive. Chi-Chi and Gohan are there. Bulma also survived too. And there's one other person he doesn't mention, mainly because he doesn't want to prevent him from being born in case he reveals his identity here. But he goes back to what they mentioned, some vision of a green monster. And Future Goku says he saw the same vision. He's not sure what it means, but it could be related somehow. Although it's strange. He says he only recently saw that vision. But that doesn't make sense. He's so far in the future. Goku and Raditz saw the vision very recently. And this Future Goku, he's decades in the future. Why is he only seeing it just then? How far in the future were they seeing? This does confuse Future Goku. It's concerning. Why is that little detail different here? Hopefully it doesn't mean too much, but maybe it does mean something. Maybe the timeline's been altered somehow. He doesn't know. But Goku says the main reason he's here is to change the past. They know they could change the future, and now he wants to see if they could change the past events too. He says they actually ended up defeating the androids. Surprisingly enough, not everyone died right away. Years into battle, they still couldn't win. They even tried training in the time chamber, but by the time they got there, the androids had followed them. They haven't been on Kami's lookout yet, but they know the location of it. It could be risky. If they end up going in the time chamber and getting trapped in there, by the androids destroying it or something, that could have been terrible. But there was something to push Goku over the edge. The androids killed the Saiyans first. Nappa, Raditz, Vegeta. Piccolo fell alongside them. Goku was too weakened to fight back. The rage he felt at his death again was immense. But not much later on, there was another death, something that was way more brutal. Goku watched his other friends die. Yamcha, Tenshinhan, Chaozu. There still are other people alive, Yajirobe and Roshi. But Krillin was also one of the ones to survive longest, until the androids got to him, and the androids made it a point to make him suffer. just because they knew it would get to Goku. But this was a big mistake on their part. Goku watched this all unfold, unlocking a brand new power that he didn't even know was possible. And he decides it's easier to show it off to them. He says even if they found Namek's Dragon Balls in the future, it wouldn't erase what happened, the things that future Goku saw, all the years they've lost and such. But by doing this, they could change the outcome of everything, especially by showcasing this power. Future Goku powers up. His energy is incredibly intense. He's surrounded by sparks of electricity. It looks like Super Saiyan, but slightly different. He tells them, this is what he calls Super Saiyan 2. And this is where we'll leave off for now. What'd you guys think about this part? What's gonna happen next time? Let me know your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.